just for both of you guys. I mean, last year, I mean, it's well documented. Nothing like that. Arizona State was a big these last. You also made that rough. This year, the target's going to be on your back. How different is it going into a season where you're going to get everyone's best every single game, and you kind of come in expecting that you're not going to surprise anyone from week one? Sorry.
I think we have to take ownership in the trenches. Me leading the O-line and CJ leading the D-line. We have to take ownership each and every time we step on the field because we feel like that can make or break the game. I think that was a big difference last year that a lot of people didn't talk about, whether it be coach, whether it be media. We felt like we were a physical team, but we wanted to prove it each week. And I think that's what we did, and that was the surprise. And the more recognition that Scat got, the more recognition that Sam got, that JT got, as an offensive lineman, that's all the recognition we need. We know that we dominated the trenches. We know that we put Scat in positions to win. And Scat is Scat. He'll do the rest of it. So now that season's closed and we lean to more of, like you said, more of a pass heavy with Sam, now we want it to be his show. It is his show. And now since, we'll still stay incredibly balanced because we have a whole bunch of great running backs that have amazing opportunities to go out and shine. But we felt like the trenches was the biggest difference last year. So we need to repeat that this year.
Going off what he said, it's really just adding to it, just making sure that, like you said earlier, keep the main thing the main thing. We can't focus too much on what's going on. Obviously, we know expectations change, but the work we put in and the way we go about work stays the same. So obviously, with more expectations from each other, we hear expectations. We don't really worry about the expectations from the outside. It's more of the expectations we have within the program and what I expect from Ben and what Ben expects from me. So just the way we go about work, we hold each other accountable, and it's just at the end of the day, it just makes you better. So the success you have that day, and you worry about that day until you get to the next day, and you worry about the success you have that day. So we said we're going too far ahead of yourself. We just got to stay in the moment and continue to get better.
When you look around college football, almost every program, even the ones that were making the Barcelona playoffs, had so many guys jumping to the portal and kind of transferring for different opportunities. It really wasn't the case for theirs. So what is it about the culture with the Sun-Ups? What is it about what's going on in the program that so many guys didn't even kind of consider or didn't even look in the portal that they were, interested just in purely coming back to this team?
I think trust is scarce in this industry now. You talk about college football and the turnover of the portal every year. It's hard to find people that are authentic, and I know it's a life lesson. So we take that with us. In recruiting, it's hard to find a coach that's authentic. Everything sounds good from the start. Yeah, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to play and I'm going to get money and we're going to do this and we're going to go to the championship. We're going to CFP. All that sounds good. But Coach Dillingham never talked about that. He never said his goal was to win any championship. He never said his goal was to win a national championship. We know that that's, essentially the outcome of what hard work and dedication really means. So harping up what CJ said, is that each and every day, it says, how good can you be today? Don't worry about anything else. And I think that it's a refreshing idea for recruits when they come in, whether it be high school or portal, that shows like, man, I work from the bottom to the top. So if you come here, you're going to work from the bottom to the top. You won't be given anything. And I think when parents hear that too as well, they have a different perspective. Man, this is something different that he's telling you that every other coach told you. Nothing has been necessarily about football. Who are you as a person on the field and off the field? And I think that's the biggest difference of who we are off the field and what we're trying to be as people in the community.
And going off what Ben said, like really, if you break out everything he just said, it's all the pillars of our program. So he talked about family and he talked about the trust. That all goes into our lifers. He talked about how you are as a person. That goes into our three pillars of be a good person, make good decisions, and have fun working hard on the country. So like everything we have is instilled in us and instilled in the program. It's just kind of you grow into it, and like but the people we recruit is really already there. So it's just a matter of bringing everyone else along and just kind of like showing everybody how the way we do the way we do things. So like we really just go back and forth on the same things, just to say a different way. I can say our pillars, I can say everything that's on the walls, and he can just break it down a different way. So it's really just everything that's on our walls. That's really what kept everybody there. And it's real.
Then you talked about Beckham. Scad was kind of took college football storm last year as a vice. With him gone, theoretically, it looks like you guys will be throwing the ball a lot more, and he'll be much more pass blocking than kind of rushing. Normal linemen kind of like doing rush blocking more. How do you think this group will fit in a more of a pass blocking burner scheme, and do you think you guys will be able to adapt to kind of showing that a little bit more this year success that we have?
We pride ourselves on pass protection. I gave up no sacks last year and 2 QB hits on three-man games where I got picked off. I'm still upset about those. I can tell you the exact quarter, I can tell you the exact team, and I can tell you exactly what happened on each of those plays. So we pride ourselves on protecting Sam, and that starts with the center and goes all the way out. That's something that we feel like, we succeed in. And then the running backs we have a stable now. It's just now an opportunity for younger guys. Nobody knew who Scat was, right? So now it's time for somebody else to embark on a new journey. They have the opportunity now. It'll be a full, real, exact horse race when it comes to fall camp to say who really wants this back. And they're all dynamic in each and every way. So you talk about Kyson Brown, you talk about Kanye, you talk about Raleek, and there's so many different guys that have the ability and that maybe everybody else hasn't seen it, but they have the potential. They work hard, they stay down, so now the opportunity has presented itself. As far as pass, we know we have playmakers on the outside. We know we have Jordan Tyson, which is the best wide receiver in the country. So our job as offensive linemen is to block, and that's what we'll do. Set.
They're doing. Looking on the defensive side of the ball. You guys got a lot of experience on back end, and you got a couple pieces up front. Where do you think the strength lies with this unit? Where do you think you guys are going to be able to really make your mark this year? And for you personally, how much of a load are you taking on? I got to be the guy that kind of sets the tone on the line and kind of gets out of your boy base.
I wouldn't say I'd say I have to be the guy because I feel like plays happen when I'm just doing my job. Our biggest thing is doing our 111, like I said earlier. And once I do my job and I know the dudes, like the other 10 guys next to me are gonna do their job, that's when the plays happen. So once I start thinking about being the guy to make plays, the guy to go get the quarterback, that's when it's kind of everything just throws it off. So like I have guys like Clayton right behind you, right next to me on the other side, or next to me on the other side rushing with me, and I have 2 other guys on D-line as well. So and not even just like I have this back 7, like everybody plays a part and everybody knows their role. Nobody knows their 111. So it's really just once we get to that, continue to build the culture, continue to build on like just making things more challenging, like as we're going into a team that's had experience in this defense, you can kind of find ways to make it more challenging mentally. So just having those ways, just continue to improve through that.
And we have 2 linebackers that, of course, and essentially a whole stable of linebackers as well. When you talk about that defense with Keyshawn Elliott and Jordan Crook, those are 2 guys that are also on the leadership council. They're not here right now, but I mean, instrumental to the program energy. I mean, Crook is lightning speed, full blast. We weren't conditioning. Why is Crook sprinting? We don't know, but that's who he is as a person. He's from Duncanville, not too far from here. You have Keyshawn is more of a quieter guy. They call themselves the Werewolves. And, we make fun of them and make jokes about each other, but I think the reality is that those are 2 guys that should be looked at more. I know Keyshawn gets some recognition. He deserves more. Jordan Crook gets some recognition. He deserves more. I mean, last year, if you guys remember, we started off with Zyrus with a pick 6 right into our student section, just those small things. So I think the linebackers are something that maybe is not talked about as much because they are either newer on the scene or Keyshawn being a quieter guy, but instrumental, super smart players, super fast, super strong, are, some of the best lifters that we have on our team, and they bring the energy. So they're instrumental to our program as well.
Yeah, we really go on and on about the players on this team. Yeah, we can start from the top to the bottom. We have some guys. So like we can go talk about the linebackers. We can go start talking about our DBs. We got Xavier and Ghost. So it's just like we can go on and on about all our players on the team, like all the D-line, all the linebackers, all the safeties. Like it's our team is different, and we know that. So we got a lot of players. Just ain't got enough time to break it all down.